Good day, everyone. I am Floridel Benoza and I will be reporting The Stages of Moral Development by Lawrence Kohlberg. Lawrence Kohlberg is particularly well known for his theory of moral development, which he popularized through research studies conducted at Harvard Center of Moral Education. Cognitive in nature, Kohlberg's theory focuses on the thinking process that occurs when one decides whether a behavior is right or wrong. Thus, the theoretical emphasis is on how one decides or what one actually does. The stages of moral development has three levels: the pre-conventional level, conventional level, and the post-conventional level. First, let us go to the pre-conventional level. The pre-conventional level is responsive to cultural rules and labels of good and bad, right or wrong, but he interprets the labels in terms of either the physical or hedonistic consequences of action, punishment and reward exchange of favors, or the physical power of those who enunciate the rules and labels. So, in this stage is where the children don't completely understand the rules or laws. They are only following the rules that the adults are telling them. The level is divided into the following three stages. The stage 0 is egocentric judgment. The child makes judgment of good on the basis of what he likes and wants or what helps him, and bad on the basis of what he does not like or what hurts him. He has no concept of rules or obligations to obey or conform independent of his wish. Stage 1 is the punishment and obedience orientation. The physical consequences of action determine its goodness or badness, regardless of the human meaning or value of these consequences. Avoidance of punishment and unquestioning deference to power are values in their own right, not in terms of respect for an underlying moral order supported by punishment and authority. In this stage is the earliest stage of moral development and is especially common in young children. Like what have been mentioned earlier, children do not obey rules because they know that it is good, but because they are afraid of the consequences if they don't obey the rules. Stage 2 is the instrumental relativist orientation. Right action consists of what instrumentally satisfies one's own need and occasionally the needs of others. Human relations are viewed in terms such as those of the marketplace. Elements of fairness, reciprocity, and equal sharing are present, but they are always interpreted in a physical, pragmatic way. Reciprocity is a matter of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, not loyalty, gratitude, or justice. So, in this stage, the mindset of children is I will do to you if you would do to me too, or I will help you because I know that you will help me too, or I will help you because I know there will be an exchange. Reciprocity is possible at this point in moral development, but only if it serves one's own interests. Now let's go to the second level, which is the conventional level. At this level, the individual perceives the maintenance of the expectations of his family, group, or nation as valuable in its own right, regardless of immediate and obvious consequences. The attitude is not only one of conformity to personal expectations and social order, but in loyalty to it, of actively maintaining, supporting, and justifying the order and identifying with the person or group involved in it. So in this level, individuals already know the purpose of rules and laws and why they have to obey it. This period also focuses on the acceptance of authority and conforming to the norms of the group. This level consists the following stages. Stage 3 is the interpersonal concordance or good boy or nice girl orientation. Good behavior is what pleases or helps others and is approved by them. There is much conformity and stereotypical images of what is majority or natural behavior. Behavior is frequently judged by intention. He means well, becomes important for the next time. One earns approval by being nice. So this stage is focused on living up on social expectations and roles. This stage is where individuals obey rules because they want to see themselves as perfect or good individuals. There's an emphasis on conformity, being nice, and consideration of how choices influence relationships. Stage 4 is the law and order orientation. The individual is oriented toward authority, fixed rules, and the maintenance of the social order. Right behavior consists in doing one's duty, showing respect for authority and maintaining the given social order for its sake. So in this stage, people that is under maintaining social order considers the rules when making a decision. In other words, they don't make decisions for themselves only. So the focus is on maintaining law and order by following the rules, doing one's duty, and respecting authority. And now let's go to the last level, which is the post-conventional level or autonomous or principled level. In this level, the individual makes a clear effort to define moral values and principles that have validity and application apart from the authority of the groups of persons holding them and apart from the individual's own identification with the group. So, at this level, people develop an understanding of abstract principles of morality. This level has two stages. Stage 5 is the social contract legalistic orientation. Right action tends to be defined in terms of general individual rights and standards that have been critically examined and agreed upon by the whole society. There is clear awareness of the relativism of personal values and opinions and a corresponding emphasis upon procedural rules for reaching consensus. Aside from what is constitutionally and democratically agreed upon, right action is a matter of personal values and opinions. So in this stage, a person decides if they will obey the laws or not depending on a decision of majority as well as the rights of individuals. The result is an emphasis upon the legal point of view, but with an additional emphasis upon the possibility of changing the law in terms of rational considerations of social utility, rather than freezing it in terms of Stage 4, law and order. Outside the legal realm, free agreement and contract is the binding element of obligation. The official morality of the American government and Constitution is at this stage. And the last stage of moral development, Stage 6, is the universal ethical principle orientation. Right is defined by the decision of conscience in accord with self-chosen ethical principles that appeal to logical comprehensiveness, universality, and consistency. These principles are abstract and ethical, the golden rule, the categorical imperative. They are not concrete moral rules like the Ten Commandments. And heart, these are universal principles of justice, of the reciprocity and equality of the human rights, and of respect for the dignity of human beings as individual persons. This level of moral reasoning is based on universal ethical principles and abstract reasoning. At this stage, individuals are able to make decisions which is based on the universal principle, and also, people follow these internalized principles of justice even if they conflict with laws and rules. One of the most influential critics of the Kohlberg theory is to be found in Carol G. Liggins' In a Different Voice, 1982. G. Liggins argues that Kohlberg's rules-oriented conception of morality has an orientation toward justice, which she associates with stereotypically male thinking, whereas women and girls are perhaps more likely to approach more dilemmas with a care orientation. One important issue in moral theory that the Kohlberg and G. Liggins debate raises is that of the role and importance of moral feelings in moral life.